I agree with Andrew Ukraine for all the reasons that Dan said. The champion bumper, then, Steve, you can kick us off because you sat the last one out. This really sums you up. This horse.
Fun. Yeah, fun, baby. Yeah, well, if you back anything that isn't trained by Willie Mullins or Gordon Elliott, I think you're on a loser. You're up against it all the time. It's obvious that Willie Mullins, since this race was introduced, virtually has been the man to follow. What's he won a dozen of them or something? And also that Fun's a mare, and they got a pretty good record in it. Obviously, they get the allowance, and she looked very good to me at last time. Actually, won twice. She won the Grade 2 at Leopardstown over Christmas by off the track, and just think that she's in a race that's impossible to judge a lot of the form. She's got the right man training her, and she should very in mind.
Dan and Deasy agree. Deasy?
Yeah, Western Diego. This isn't a race I'll be getting heavily involved in, but I'll have a little win place betting him. He's owned by Clipper Logistics, who are probably way better known as flat owners. But he's at one run. He ran there at the end of January at Naas in won by 6.5 lengths, won fairly easy. He ran over. There was actually 2 miles 3. Just before further than this day, like if you go back through the previous winners, you Seabank Bistro, latest exhibition, Big Dog, even Cloltevic and Vinny, these are all good bumper horses or horses that went on to better things. He's just an interesting price. He's about 16.0. I'd have a little win place betting him. Dan, overall, you agree?
Yeah, I just think relative to some of the others in the market, given it's a pretty open renewal, I thought he looked too big. Like, he posted a 130 RPR in that bumper on his rules debut, which it's tough to do. Not many bumper horses produce a figure like that on rules debut, so really impressive. Travelled like a dream, and Patrick only briefly asked him for an effort, but once he did, he quickened away really nicely and put the race to bed within a matter of about 100 yards or so. The form's decent. The second, Sutton's Hill, was behind It's For Me previously, and the trainer apparently said he thinks he's actually come on significantly after his run behind It's For Me, so that paints the form in a good light. The third, Will Do, had been second to Factor File, who again is shorter in the betting. So it has a lot of ties into a lot of the other market leaders. Look, it's hard to be confident in this race because it's just so wide open, but I thought he was overpriced, and he's still a horse with a lot of potential.
I'm with Chosen Witness, who ran an absolute stinker last time. The race won by A Dream to Share, but that was quicker ground than it's going to be here on the Limerick form, and he has got a good bit of knee on testing ground. I thought he looked really good. Look, big prices and yard third and fourth have won this before. I think it's interesting that Willie is keeping the horse seemingly in the race, and given that he was disappointing last time, and there was a weight of money that came for him last time. So if it is soft or worse, I'll have a little bit on Chosen Witness at the prices. Matt, what's your stat and your horse?
Stat is that the top two in the BHA ratings are 8 from 33 since they began in 2008, 55% profit backing those. And many punters look at the bumper. I think form and ratings don't play a part. It's about vibes, and is it the right type to take the challenge of the day? So it's worth, when they get published, typically when the declarations come through, looking at those, because this looks wide open. Rewatching the races, the one that caught my eye was in Canto Bruno, bolted up in the bumper, moon race of 1 at Cheltenham's October meeting, so we know he acts at the track. Form has worked out really well. Strong leaders throughout 3 over hurdles, lively outside of the Supreme. Company Sergeant ran well at Naas the other day. Mamoon Star beat a subsequent winner on his hurdles debut. Gentle Slopes won the listed bumper at Cheltenham's November meeting. So the form looks to have some substance. They went very steadily. Canto Bruno showed loads of speed to shoot clear. And despite the sedate pace, he settled well, looking a professional type. And that's really important, the champion bumper, because the occasion gets to so many of them. On breeding, his half-brother Winter Wells at his best over an extended 3 miles with some cut in the ground. So a stiffer test may well bring out more improvement. Looking at open year, you're going to get a full field, I think. And given the uncertainty over which horses will take the occasion, very much a win-only race for me. I wouldn't be playing in the place market. But the vibes have been strong for Encanto Bruno, so I think he's worth a play in an open race.